Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakai, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson and Lord willing share this clip with you Akiyam and Akwav, courtesy of Dabu 7, regarding this newly acquired farmland that has been acquired by China as of late. At this moment, we know that America is still, conducting business with China. As you look on the back of your various items that you may have around your home, from appliances to toys to clothes that say made in China on it, man. But what we're witnessing with them newly acquiring this farmland is they're setting up right in the land, man. They pose an imminent threat, to homeland security, man. All right, when you find out where they're stationed at, it's gonna make more sense as we, go into this clip. And we're in a time where Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he's allowing these foreigners, man, okay, which are likened unto fanners in Jeremiah, okay, which are the foreigners. They're coming into this land and they're flooding it, man. They're flooding it. And ultimately, a lot of these individuals are gonna, come into their rightful Salakia. Bear with me. And ultimately, these foreigners, which consist of splinter cells, there's a lot of splinter cells, sleeper cells amongst these plethora of foreigners that are coming in. Men of military age. Okay, you have nationalists that have crept in unawares in efforts to fulfill biblical prophecy, man, and they're taking down, dismantling, and complete removal of this wicked queendom, man. Which is gonna be done courtesy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, everything that we see taking place on the soils of Babylon and throughout the world, for that matter. All right, we're in a time where Babylon is no longer that golden cup. Okay, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's hand. As a matter of fact, let's start right there in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7. Yeah, man, the American dream is done for. Okay, that whole 1950 golden era. Okay, that you Babylonians in the form of you Edomites have been able to boast yourselves in. Okay, you right-wing Edomites, all you Edomites, man. Okay, living in these gated communities and living deliciously. Okay, with no cares in the world. Hey, those times are coming to an end, man. Okay, but Root 4 is about to manifest, man. Those miseries, man, that the Lord said he's gonna bring, to this whore. Misery, man. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7, and it reads, Babylon, okay, which this is talking about the daughter of Babylon. Google that. All right, Google the daughter of Babylon in your phone. All right, I challenge you to do that, and you're gonna see what you find, man. All right, what you're gonna find out is America is Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, man. Okay, with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, sitting on that throne. You see, in efforts to fulfill end-time prophecy, pursuant to Second Esdras, what's that? The 6th chapter. You see, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Let's continue on. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, Yahweh's hand, man. Right, this was the well-favored harlot, man. Okay, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had utilized to gather all these nations, to heap up treasures, all right, and all the resources of the earth. You see, to have been able to go to and fro, wreaking terror all throughout the planet Earth. You know, pushing forth their philosophies, as we're going to continue to read, that made all the earth drunken. You see, the nations have drunken of her wine, right, which is going into her philosophies, man. Okay, her ways of life. Okay, her religion in the form of JC, this bugged out modern day Christianity. Okay, that they've thrusted all throughout the planet in efforts to have a superiority over the nations, man. Pushing a false image of them being the closest thing to the highest power conceivable and his only begotten son. You see, pushing that fiat dollar, the monopoly money on the nations. You see, being that is the world currency, man. You see that? Therefore, the nations are mad, man. Right, and they're getting ready to take action. Okay, they see Babylon the Great. She's no longer walking upright. Okay, you know what I mean. She don't look cute in the skirt no more. Okay, now this bitch is full of wrinkles. She got a hump back, and she's walking around with a walker, man. She's out of there. All right, and we're seeing the build up to the removal. Let's get this video real quick. Hey, and you know, and this dude right here, man, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Okay, he could, he's probably a insider. Wouldn't doubt it, but you know, as we know, scripture going to how their own tongues are gonna fall upon themselves, man. You know, so. Yeah, through the Spirit, we're able to analyze even Esau's wicked, deceptive action, man, and use it as edification to bring forth prophecy, man. Check it out.
What's up, guys? Dabu7. Want to bring some attention to what's going on with these pieces of land the Chinese are purchasing that butt right up next to our military installations, and it's pretty bad. Across the board, across the country, you can see what they're doing, and I find it hard to believe that our military hasn't noticed this. It almost feels like it's a big setup. We take a look at this map. In this map showing the Chinese-owned farmland across America, even in Hawaii they have some, as you can see here at the bottom. Now, even the southern tip of Texas, the very southernmost tip, they have land. The Chinese do. The southernmost tip of Florida, they have land. And you can see here, out in the middle of nowhere, Grand Forks Air Force Base. Right next to it, they own land. Okay? Hill Air Force Base, Dugway Proving Ground. These huge patches of land owned by the Chinese out here. Fort Irwin, Camp Pendleton, Yuma Proving Ground surrounded. You've got multiple places down here in Texas. You can see up here, what are the odds they're butted right up next to these bases, like Fort Leonard? Leonard Wood here, Whiteman Air Force Base. Fort Liberty, surrounded. And they own huge chunks.
Because it's a military strategy. You see? It's a military strategy, man. If you ever watch Game of Thrones, you will have an understanding of what the Chinese are doing. Okay? In war, you want to move up as close as possible, okay, to your enemy. You want to get as close as possible, man. But now we know nowadays, you know, there's ICBMs on the scene. You know, drones, missiles in general, that allow you to not be so close. You know, but if you can dismember your enemy from the inside out, you know, leaving them no chance to defend themselves, man. You see? Leaving them vulnerable, man. These are tactics of war. You see? The nations are set up in an array. As it tells us in Jeremiah, that she's surrounded. There's enemies around and within Babylon. Her enemies, man. This is why it tells you in let's grab a quick precept real quick. It just came to mind through the Spirit. Let's grab this real quick, the book of Obadiah, and we're gonna let that video roll. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 7, and it reads, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, man. Right. And as you can see, American borders are open, wide open. All right. Allowing everybody and their mother to come into the land. You see, and here it is again. You know, they're doing business deals with China. So there's a level of peace there. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, China along with, you know, the allies of Babylon, you know, ultimately they're deceiving her. Because at the end of the day, they have a plan and a plot to turn on them, man. It tells us that in Revelation 17 as well. You see? Let's continue on here. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. See? So they're going to prevail. Why? Because Babylon's going to fall. Epically, violently. Okay? As it tells us in Revelations 18. There's going to be a violent overthrow, man. Continuing on in the form of World War III. They that eat thy bread, right, which goes into your money, have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, because Esau thinks he can't be stopped. He won't be stopped, but he will be stopped.
In North Carolina, going up into Virginia, as well as Central Florida. So right here along the coastline, heavily in North Carolina. And we can see down here as well in California, up into Nevada, which is kind of crazy because that's largely owned and controlled, a lot of these areas here, by the government. A lot of these swaths of land going from Utah into Nevada, in the border area right here. And then Arizona, you can see they've just got huge chunks of land right next to our major installations. What are they waiting for? They're waiting to start blowing up aircraft as it's leaving the airstrip, as it's taking off with troops, as it's loaded with troops and they sleep at night. We cannot be the only ones that see this, but yet politicians and everyone else wants to turn a cheek to all this. We need some attention on this big time. You want to know where potential people that are coming to take us out are sitting? Well, here's where all the land is that the CCP owns. And I would say that all these Chinese that are disappearing into this country are being housed on these properties. Anyone that has any footage of these locations, these properties, anything going on with them, please let me know. Dabu7@yahoo.com. It would be much appreciated. Now, make sure to join me on the live streams. I'm going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, talking about this and a whole lot more in greater detail. Hope to see you guys there. You'll find links below. Much love.
You see that? So this place is being easily infiltrated. Okay? This is why the scriptures calling this land as the land of, unwalled villages? Let's go here real quick. Right? The book of Ezekiel chapter 38. Bear with me. The book of Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 10, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord, power Yahweh. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind. Whose mind? Gog and Magog, Russia's mind. Right? And thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest. Right? You lazy, gluttonous, okay? Overzealous, proud Babylonians, man. Living deliciously, as we mentioned earlier. Right? That dwell safely, see? That dwell safely. This is why she says she believes that she will be a queen and she'll forever. She thinks she'll be a queen forever. You see? Was it Isaiah 47? Right? All them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Right? There's no defense here. The only defense that this place has is its location. Being that it's surrounded by, you know, the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. You know, and you got Canada above it, so it's hard to, you know, it's hard to attack it, essentially, but it's not hard to infiltrate it. You see? In the sense where the gates are open. Okay? You have China setting up shop within the country, buying farmland. See? Doing these backdoor deals in efforts to get into the land. See, the Lord's setting this thing up, though. The Lord's setting up the narrative for Babylon to be taken. You see? Let's close out right here. The book of Revelation, chapter 18. And verse 7, and it reads, How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, right, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. And you see how these Babylonians live, man? You know, they got pantries full of unperishable items. Whole basements full of, you know, water and non-perishables. You know? The masses of you, Edomites, Babylonians, are going to be taken by the sword. The famine's going to come through and get a lot of you. But the sword's going to sweep y'all out of there. Pursuing the 2nd Ezra 16 and 22, if I'm not mistaken. For she saith in her heart, right, lab, the word heart in the Hebrew is lab, which is your mind. For she saith in her mind, right, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. This is also echoed in Isaiah 47. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, and it's going to take 1 hour, a very short amount of time, to level this place by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Death and mourning and famine, the double-barrel shotgun, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. See, that's going to be the climax of the visitation. I must be allowed to get that second Esdras, man, real quick. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 22, and it reads, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." You see, so there's going to be nowhere to run, and there's going to be nowhere to hide upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai bringing forth this divine judgment. Let's continue on. Revelations 18 and 8. And it reads, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her," man. See? So it's Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring forth this judgment, man. So yeah, man, we there. We there, man. We are in a time of great judgment that's going to come upon Babylon, man. All right? And there's no changing the layout of prophecy that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has planned. You see? So, hey, we are to rejoice, Akiyam and Akwath. Grab your popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the movie, man. As we watch Babylon suffer from a severe case of CTD circling the drain, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Shalom.